Hey guys, what is up? Yes, I know it's been a minute since I posted, but you guys know that I am not an influencer and my life is super crazy busy for me to post every week like some of your faves. I don't even know how those girls do it. Nevertheless, I am here as usual to give you valuable content. But before I jump into the topic, please subscribe, like, and comment below so we can drive more traffic to this space. Thank you so much. Okay, 2020 has been a crazy shit show of a year, and it has really shifted a lot of things from how we do business now. With a lot of businesses realizing that they don't need to rent out expensive office spaces and that their employees can be just as productive working from home. Companies have realized that they don't need to fly out their executives on expensive first-class flights and accommodations for a meeting that they can just do via Zoom. This is the new normal, folks, and this also means that your wealthy guys are going to require even more strategy to find. This crisis has produced a lot of entrepreneurs too, so believe it or not, people are still making a ton of money during this pandemic because there are a lot of bored people at home with a lot of free time. So they're going to start that business that they always wanted to start. And this is actually going to produce a few millionaires who are going to end up being our providers. Isn't it funny the way life works? I'm sure a lot of you heard the news about OnlyFans having their membership skyrocket overnight because of the pandemic. I have a client who runs an online casino that told me his profits were practically tripled because of the pandemic. When bad things happen, the key is not to sit around and cry, oh, woe is me, but it is to look for the opportunity. I was listening to Robert Kiyosaki the other day, the author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and even though his speech can be inflammatory sometimes, he still shares some gems on his show. He mentioned that a friend of his, who is already wealthy, started a bill collecting company during this pandemic. Now, why do you think that is? I'm going to let you marinate on that one. And for those of you who listen to me and focus on the long term, guys, you guys are flourishing right now. I bet you're thanking your lucky stars that you believed me and you listened to me. Because all of a sudden, these men realize that they don't have options like they used to. They are appreciating the fact that they have a woman right now that they can be intimate with because, believe it or not, guys do not like being alone. The only reason they play their stupid games is because they know they can just get another girl. But during the lockdown, all of a sudden, they realize they can't go anywhere or get anyone to risk their health by going out without paying heavily. Nothing was even open for a while anyway. So they rather just enjoy the woman by their side. So many marriages and relationships got better during this pandemic, believe it or not. A lot of girls cashed out, myself included. Heyo. I'm actually thinking about doing another YouTube titled Why You Shouldn't Burn Bridges and do a story time about how I reached out to two guys that I had put on ice years ago and got money out of them. And not like a one-time money thing, ongoing, like I'm still getting paid by them now. This is why you need guys, regulars, what have yous, that like you because they will provide for you when you need it. In fact, the pandemic has made it even easier to ask for money because you can just be like, oh, I lost my job, Corona, and they will give you money. And shout out to all the lovely gentlemen that have kept us comfortable during these crazy times. Like, I've had clients that reached out to me out of nowhere, sending me money. Oh, here you go, groceries here and there, like a little bit here and there. I've had clients reach out to me. So it's good to have guys, in your corner long term. I mean, short term money is good, don't get me wrong. However, it's not going to get you very far. It'll only feed you today. Long-term money will feed you for a long time. Forever. Anyways, don't worry, ladies. We will get through this unscathed. Okay, on to why you came here. Where you can find rich men during this pandemic. Number 1, in their neighborhood and private spaces. The rich are retreating to their bubbles right now to avoid the unlucky people and the virus, of course. If you have access to country clubs, members, only spaces, etc., this is where you need to be. This is why I always stress relationships. If you had made friends with that rich lady at the bar, she could have invited you to her private estate in the Bahamas with her husband to meet his friend. Wink, wink. When you are in close proximity with the rich and they see you often, you start getting invited to exclusive places and events. So for now, if you don't have access, maybe start going for walks, runs, bike rides in exclusive neighborhoods. Who knows, you might run into a CEO who's walking his dog or picking up his mail. A lot of wealthy guys right now are doing mundane things that they didn't used to do before. Some guy was baking pizza every day or something. He made it on the news because he's a celebrity. But he was making pizza every day until he perfected it. And I think he made it for 45 days straight or something. They're bored right now and they're doing regular everyday things that they didn't used to do before. So you need to start going to where they would do the regular everyday things in their neighborhoods. Shit, even the grocery stores and all that stuff right now is popping. The only thing is your mask on. You just have to dress really, really cute. Somebody told me she found some guy while she was grocery shopping. So now is the time to start shopping and doing all your errands in those rich, wealthy, exclusive neighborhoods. Whole Foods, Fresh Market, Trader Joe's, you get the drift. Number 2, luxury vacation spots. Believe it or not, the rich people didn't stop taking vacations just because of the pandemic. In fact, they're probably taking even more vacations now because they're trying to get away from all the bad news or whatever. They're just not flying commercial and they're staying only at exclusive places. Don't worry if you can't fly private. You don't need to. Tickets are cheap right now. So take your vitamin C shot and zinc supplements and hop on a flight. And I'll give you a place right now that's popping. It's in the Turks and Caicos and it's just a hop away from Miami. And it's called, drumroll please, Amanyara. I will post the link on the show's Patreon page, patreon.com/TSEGP. It's only $1 a month to join, and your donation goes towards admin costs for the show. And finally, another excellent place to find rich men during the pandemic, which is the easiest and most accessible to everyone, is... Actually, you know what? I'm going to post this exclusively for the members of the show's Patreon page. As I just mentioned, it's only $1 a month to join. Patreon.com/TSEGP. Join us over there for the last tip on places to find rich men during the pandemic. I'll catch you over there, okay? Ciao!